So this is my first jiu-jitsu tournament. I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 9 months at the time of making this video. And these are some of the things I learned and need to grow in as I look at some of these roles. So this was the first of my weight class.
Yeah, Pete.
I'm in the heavyweight. Should be in the masters. I'm 30 years old, but they put me down to the adult just because they had a full bracket there and like nobody in my division. So get my hands on this guy. I realized that I can snap him down pretty easily. I think he's at the bottom of our weight division in terms of his weight. So I was trying to get him to just down to the ground. It wasn't really working. So then I just start getting some grips here. And I think one thing I learned from this tournament and this role specifically was to grip like with intention, whether that's to fake or to go for a throw. Don't grip just to grip, because I burned my arms out pretty fast here. And I'm trying to get a single leg here, but he's not putting his right leg forward, and I'm only really comfortable shooting for that leg. So then I get annoyed and I decide to do a suicide throw. So I push into him, lean back and kick my leg through his groin to get right into side control. He tries to get me off of him there, which kind of lands me in knee on belly. So I get 2 grips on his lapel and pull him into my knee on belly to get those 2 points. Try to go for mount. He pushes me off here. I think I end up getting stuck in his guard just for a moment here. Looks like he goes for maybe a hip bump. And he's thinking maybe scissor. Back to maybe a hip bump setup, possibly. Hear my coach tell me to get that hand off, and then I step over and just kind of swing around. I was surprised he didn't really turn with me there to retain his guard, but I'll take side control again. Coach tell me to do knee on belly again here, which I do. I don't see the referee's hand go up when I get to it. So he's trying to stop me from getting knee on belly again here. Take a look at the clock, see I'm up on points. They're still telling me to get knee on belly, so then I go for it right here. He's trying to get his guard back somehow. Just keeps trying to hip escape here. My arm got like rolled under his back. He honestly could have rolled me over to his right. Coach is still telling me knee on belly, so there I go, knee on belly. My foot's flat on the ground here, which is maybe it's a Naga thing that they don't give you multiple points, even though there was a lot of exchange before then. Looks like he gave me points for mount there for a second. He had a, looked like he was going to push me off, so I tried to go back to side control. And then here's where I mess up. I try to swing around and end up on my back, and I get him in half guard. Referee's going to reset us here. I remember just not being too gassed at this point, which I'm very grateful for. So we're reset now back in half guard. I just locked down my legs. I actually switched to lockdown right here. At this point, I'm just trying to stall out the rest of the round, basically. I get him in a lockdown. At this point, I'm really just trying to hang out, stop him from passing my half guard, because I think that would have tied us in points if that happened. I actually don't even remember what the final score was. I only ever really looked at the clock. So here I'm just trying to keep him in lockdown as he's trying to do. He's like pulling my pants down. Breaks out of my lockdown, so I just try to keep that leg wrapped as much as I can, and I'm feeling very confident that I can do that. Just feeling his strength and balance. Honestly, afterwards, my friends who were there and the guys from my gym were saying like I had a sweep set up. I could have swept him. I wasn't even thinking about it, to be honest. All I could think about was holding that one foot between my legs for the rest of the match. You can hear my coach and friends just saying, don't let that foot go. So I was super grateful, great opponent, very respectful match. Very grateful to have won my first match at a tournament. Yeah, he was a nice guy. Ref was great. Having all my friends and friends there were guys from the gym there was great. So on to the next match. So my friend Austin was telling me that this guy had won his first match 13-0 by points, so I was a little bit nervous going in. He's a little bit heavier, definitely heavier than me. I started getting grips and realized that he's pretty solid. I was having a hard time doing anything here. I could tell he wasn't actually trying to do much back towards me, so I sit down into my guard. Here my coach said we have to work. I love being in my guard. I go for an armbar there, wrong side though. I put the wrong leg across. From here, I'm really focused on just setting up a scissor sweep. For the 5 weeks leading up to this competition, I'd been drilling with another friend of mine, scissor sweep right into Americana from mount. So that's kind of all I was thinking about here is wait until the time's right. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on here. Keeping my legs up. I've got my grip on his lapel. Oh, that's right. Actually, right here, I start trying to go for like a choke. Can hear my coach tell me to get my hands higher. His coach says put your hand on your forehead, so he defends that pretty well. I keep going for it here. I've got plenty of energy. I'm very comfortable on my back here. So then I switch. I try scissor right there. Doesn't go. He kind of pushes back into me and stops my knee from getting in. I've got his arm there. Actually, honestly, I could have just rolled him if I dropped my left leg. So I open up again. There, I get the scissor sweep and climb on top, get mount. I'm attacking his arm right now. You can't see. I'm getting him in an Americana. He panics, rolls over here, and gives me his back. He does a good job of not letting me get my hooks in until right here I get him in. The ref already preemptively gave me the points for the back take there. So I've got his back now. I've got my seatbelt in. I've got my hooks. I switch right here to try to get like a body triangle. That's just my legs are a little bit too short. I'm not in the right spot, and he's a big guy, so I couldn't get my legs completely across here. So you can't see it here, but we're grip fighting a little. He rolls to the side, and again, you can't really see it here, but my hand lands basically right up in his lapel. I get the other hand down right there. I crank it and get the tap. I was actually going for a rear naked, couldn't get my arm high enough, and then I realized how deep my thumb was in his lapel, and all I had to do was grab the other side and really kind of extend my arms out and got it. But again, great match, great opponent. There we go. All right, so this was terrible. This is the absolute round. I literally walked right off of my other roll right into this one. I had no energy. My opponent actually here even asked the ref if I could wait. The ref wouldn't let me wait, which was weird because I watched them earlier in the day give people a 5-minute break if they come right from a match. So this dude is like 6'4", and he's like super strong, young guy, just a great athlete. And I'm not making any excuses for myself. I would want to go in even if I'm tired and give it my best, but I had nothing here. I didn't expect to win this. His side control here is so tight. Just kind of keeping me right there. Goes for knee on belly. I try to prevent that by forcing his knee off. The ref doesn't give him the points there. He looks like he wants to. He's waiting to see, but I turned to my side, so he's actually not getting knee on belly. And there you go. He's still got me in a very compromised position here. In my head, I'm just like thinking in my head, oh my God, I can't breathe right now, because I was so gassed out from my previous rounds. Again, I don't want that to be an excuse for this. This guy is a great opponent and a great competitor. So my coaches are telling me roll into him. I'm actually rolling away from him right now. He's got me wrapped up right here. He's got my arm around myself. And I'm just in all kinds of trouble here. I know I don't have the energy right now to do any kind of escape. He's setting up a back take. I really don't want to have that happen to me. So I kind of go into this turtle here. Trying to keep his hooks. His hooks are so tight there. He gets the points for it regardless. Again, this guy's very, very talented young man. He's just kind of hanging out there. He's well up on points now with the takedown and the back take. I think he tries to roll me there, but he flattens me out actually right here, which is this is just an awful feeling. to be flattened out with a heavy guy on your back and be out of breath. So I'm just trying to get back to kind of half guard there for a second, but I don't get to hold it. And now I've given him an arm bar and he's almost getting my arm loose. Then he breaks my arm loose right here. And I'm tapping before that's even extended just because I don't want to have my arm broken. Really nice kid. Afterwards even told me that, I should have had a break. It wasn't really fair to go up against him, rested all day. Again, lots to learn from. Want to work on my there. He's saying like, oh man, that sucks. Like, I'm so sorry you had to come right over here. So great match. Happy to learn from it. Now we're in the finals here. I'm going against another guy from our gym, Austin, who we're good friends and we train a lot together. We actually joked leading up to the tournament that it'd be hilarious if we ended up going against each other in the finals. And I told him I'd be rooting for him the whole day until it got to this point. I have never beaten Austin, I don't think, in our gym. He's been training longer than me, just bigger than me, better shape than me, a great competitor. And I've tied with him at our gym when we've done some competition simulation stuff. But he's hard to take down and he's heavy and just very precise in his movements. So I'm going for a single leg here. That's kind of what I go for on taller guys in general. Right there, I get it. And I go to try to drop him, but he swings it back, stands back up, and actually ends up getting the points for the takedown there. And surprisingly, we end up in half guard. And I say surprisingly because a lot of our roles in our gym, we just exchange bottom half guard. Like I'll be in bottom half guard and I roll him and then he's in bottom half guard. So this is pretty normal for us to kind of have this kind of fight.
Come on, Pete. Come on.
Just trying to think of some sweeps here. Again, a big thing I learned from this tournament and from this role specifically is that I need to kind of be refreshed on some of my half guard, bottom half guard play, some of my sweeps, and just being comfortable down there. I want to be able to be dangerous from bottom half guard, but just for some reason I wasn't really thinking and I couldn't really remember anything I learned. I get the sweep there kind of unintentionally. It just kind of happened. Austin, again, he's really good from close guard. He hits this hip bump sweep on me, and he hits that on me a lot. I think he hits it again on me in this roll, so here's trying to isolate an arm. I'm trying to prevent him from doing that just by holding onto my own gi right there with both my hands. He's trying to go for a X choke maybe here. Probably need to work on some mount escapes as well. I wasn't too worried about getting submitted here just yet. I start trying to move him around, get some little movements just so he can't do whatever he wants here. Goes to a S mount here, maybe setting up like a triangle right there. And when he rolls, I was able to break out of it and stand up, but he immediately gets that strong grip and breaks my posture down. So I'm trying to pass his guard here. His guard's very hard to pass. I get pulled back down into it, and I think right here he's going to hit another hip bump sweep. Which is funny. Our first class back from this tournament, we were drilling together, and he was just showing me some details on how to prevent that hip bump sweep and just to push back down into him when he goes for it, which honestly I should have known and I should have been doing here, but he's doing a really good job of breaking my posture here. There's the hip bump sweep again, and it's just right into mounts on me. And he's got the Americana right there, and I believe this is where he submits me with that. I'm trying my hardest, but try to roll him over right here. My hand's already up there, ready to tap. There's the tap. Again, super happy for him. So glad that we both got to get to the finals in our weight class, and that was a well-deserved victory for him, and I'm very just happy and grateful to take silver.
Good job.
Left-handed shake with the ref. So yeah, overall it was a great tournament. I learned a ton. even just coming back to our gym, all my rolls at the gym kind of feel half speed now. So I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to the next one. Thank you for watching.